It's a mighty fine gun.
It's a flamethrower, man. I don't know why the game didn't actually save my progress, but welcome back, patrons, to The Last of Us here on Rage Select. You know who we are. Grant, welcome back. We missed you.
I don't recognize where we are.
Yeah, that's because you weren't here last week.
Wait, you played without me?
Yeah. Jason and I played it.
You cheated on me with Jason?
The show must go on, my friend. The show must go on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you guys had to deal with that. I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back to help have bricks thrown at it.
All right. Yeah, that was like, I felt it was weird for the first time in Rage Select history that I would like go throw a brick at it, and Jason would be like, "What?" And I'd be
what
like,
are you talking about?
Like,
throw a brick at what?
"Oh shit! Am I now the only one who knows all of the inside bullshit that we say outside of our listeners and patrons?" Shit.
Jason gets angry.
So, are you all right, Grant? Do you have to what? Do you have to do fight some ninjas or?
Oh yeah. I had to fight some ninjas coming out of my body into the toilet.
Oh. Toilet ninjas. Those are the worst.
They're
man.
terrible.
Well, what you missed was last time that you were here, we were riding the horse, right, to go find Ellie.
We had just escaped with Tommy. Yeah,
just gotten on the horse.
Just gotten on the horse.
So we found Ellie. That's what happened.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was just the end of the storyline.
Yeah.
The end.
That's her arc is done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch out this flamethrower because it's kind of a
Oh, look, there she is. She's chilling on the horse.
Yep, she's hanging out on a horse. I'm on a horse, motherfucker.
I'm on a horse.
So, and then we had to get her back from some banditos. We had to shoot up a bunch of banditos.
Some rapey banditos.
They were. No, it was more like she just kind of went into bandito territory.
Oh, okay.
And then we had to go get her out of bandito territory.
Poor banditos. They're like, shit, you all came onto our land.
Right. Like
we're just chilling here being gentle banditos.
Yeah.
As banditos are.
All I can think of is the song Banditos by the Refreshments.
I don't know this song.
Yeah, you do. You show your ID card to the border guard. Alias has your Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the United Federation of Planets, because he don't speak English. You know that one?
Nope. No idea what you're saying.
You don't know that one? That was a banger in the 90s, man. That was a real popular one.
I mean, I'm sure you did it justice, but no, I don't know.
Except for my little, I've seen everything like Vince Young, so. Jump horse.
Have you ever ridden a horse?
Yes.
Man, those kill my balls.
Oh yeah,
worse than a Jason Murphy. I mean, it's rough. There's some certain stance you're supposed to have, like where you're kind of standing the whole time, and like your knees kind of have like a flex motion.
Right.
But instead, I was like
just letting it go
clunk, clonk, clonk.
Bam, bam, right on your nuts.
Yeah, I was the man from Matras on that thing.
Okay, Grant, you don't have to. You know that Jason doesn't listen to the show.
Oh.
Are you plotting a revenge? Are you gonna get revenge on him?
You know,
for kicking it in squad.
It was my own fault. He was going for a sidekick, which is okay. And I totally turned and squatted into it, so it's on me.
Okay, he was still kicking you though, Grant.
I'd like to point out, I think I laid the first kick on you guys. And you're like, what the fuck?
Well,
I had shoes on too.
You kicked at us, and then I told you to stop, and then. Then Jason totally just ignored that edict and was like, fuck that. It's Fight Club up in this bitch.
Then he started slapping everyone.
Right. Wait,
and it turns out Jason's a bully.
You can't bring a horse in here.
Hey, what are you doing? Did you grow up on a barn?
Yeah. You grew up in a barn? Just bring your horse everywhere, why don't you? Throw a horse at it.
This ain't the Wild West. It kind of is, I guess.
The Wild Wild West? Can you do some rapping? Do you know the words to
Wicka Wicka Wow?
Wild
West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider.
Shit.
No, I don't want nada.
Oh shit!
Okay, that's about all I got.
Grant knows all the words to Wild Wild West, you guys.
I know like 3 words.
Grant knows 3 words to Wild Wild West, you guys. Point and laugh.
Did you guys do questions last week?
We did, but we didn't get through that many of them because Jason and I ramble. Oh shit!
Ah!
Hi!
Oh fuck!
Oh shit!
Poor lady.
No, off! Get off!
Shit!
Oh, whoa, those are too many guys. You know what would really help right now is a flamethrower. If I had a flamethrower, this would be.
You do have a flamethrower.
Sick easy, but I.
Did you put it away? It up?
No,
Did you not pour any of the flame juice into it?
Okay, well that's all. I'm going to switch over to flamethrower in case I see anybody else.
Throw a flame at it.
Throw a flame at it, yo. Like I like it's totally this ghetto flamethrower that he just found.
Jerry rigged.
Somebody put it together. Somebody in the post-apocalypse went to all the trouble to make a functional flamethrower,
Awesome.
and then they just left it laying around.
Maybe they died.
Well,
They went to
that's
go
no
take
excuse.
a piss and a fungus ate them. All right.
You got some
Alan
questions?
Sabasic says, Jason LARPed? Please elaborate.
Oh,
I don't know what that's about.
do you know what LARPing is?
I do know what LARPing is.
Okay.
Jason LARPed?
So here's the thing: it's really easy. I found this one day on one of our videos. I got Jason's goat real bad when he was like, I asked him about LARPing, and he was like making fun of LARPers, and then he said that when he was in like college or something, he was totally in drama. And I was like, well, that's LARPing. That's all it is. It's just, you're like, and he's like, it's Shakespeare. And I'm like, oh, I'm the Prince of Denmark. You're a live action role player. That's what you are. And so the only times that he's just been like, Jeff, shut up. And I'm like, Jason was out in the fucking park with a bunch of nerds going like, oh, Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. And
Awesome.
so,
All right. Well, moving on then.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Scratch says, what are your favorite fantasy stories from books, movies, series, or comics that aren't Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire?
well, I've talked at length about Dune, so I'll skip that.
I just started reading Wheel of Time series. It's kind of interesting,
Mhm.
but I was following that up from reading the Song of Ice and Fire, which is a lot more adult and intense, and this one just comes off a lot more lighthearted. It's kind of like a more classic, I guess.
Okay, what
Fantasy.
was the question again? Was it specifically
What are your favorite fantasy stories
fantasy stories?
from books, movies? Just any sort of fantasy
I'm trying to think of
stories.
non-sci-fi. I do a lot of sci-fi.
Fantasy series. Does Harry Potter count as a fantasy series?
I think we can go with Harry Potter. I think
That's
that's.
pretty good.
I'll say Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings. I mean,
Star Wars,
well,
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, kind of the
staples.
go-tos.
Yeah. I've never read like The Once and Future King by T.H. White, but I've always
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to. Shut up, Joel.
I can't.
Jesus.
I don't know. I'm kind of drawing a blank on a lot of.
I read a lot more
Classic
sci-fi than I
fantasy.
do fantasy. That's my jam.
Yeah.
So I'll list off sci-fi instead of fantasy. Old Man's War, the John Scalzi books, those are really good. I was reminded just recently that, in spite of the fact that Orson Scott Card is a total fuckbar, Ender's Game and then Speaker for the Dead, I
Speaker
think.
for the Dead.
I don't know if I think at Xenocide I stopped. That I was kind of like,
Yeah. That was with the piggies. Well, that was in Speaker for the Dead too, right?
yeah. And then they had the one where they go back and they retell the whole thing from Bean's perspective.
Oh yeah, I read all those.
I don't necessarily like that one as much because it makes Bean out to be like the guy who was really the brains behind the operation.
He was a different brains, and I liked it because I was like, oh, that's because it's once again kind of reading that same world
Yeah.
and build up,
Yeah.
just a different perspective. I was like, that's really awesome. I'd love if they did something because I always wanted them to. I want J.K. Rowling to write an alternate reality version of Harry Potter that's actually Neville Longbottom.
Oh, they'll
Like, what if he was the chosen one?
Oh, or I would actually settle for like, what if in between, like, dude, how awesome would it be if they had a whole series where it was like Neville Longbottom is actually like Dumbledore's like 007, like he's actually the one that's engineering
Like
a lot
pull-
of shit behind the scenes that you just never. I mean, not like
He pulls out a sword and like a badass, like he was familiar with it. In that last book.
Well,
So-
they had that whole thing in the books where it was like Neville could be the
come on, horse, jump.
callus
Monkeys?
monkeys.
I'll stay with you.
Yeah, a whole mess of them.
Yeah.
Fuck. Feral monkeys.
Oh shit! Should I kill the monkeys?
Can you take a shot at one?
I only
Bust
got
it
two.
in the
I
ass.
only got 2 shots. I'm going to
That's
save
okay.
my bullets. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you read Fables, Grant?
I did, yeah.
Did you read the
I read it for
miniseries
about over 100.
that Chris Robertson wrote? That was like where Cinderella is the secret agent.
Oh, yeah.
She's just been alive for so long, and
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah, I really like
Fables is a great example. Yeah.
Fables is a really good story. I don't think I petered off at some point, but I keep meaning to go back. Every so often, I'll go back and like borrow a bunch of trades or something like that. Why
Do
did I
you
get
read
the film?
Mouse Guard?
Mouse Guard?
Yeah.
No. I listened to Mouse Rat. Does that count?
Yeah, that totally counts.
I did watch all of the last season of Parks and Recreation. Finally,
Oh, okay.
that was really good. Did
Yeah,
you see
those are
the
good.
Ender's Game movie?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
It was good.
Have we already talked about that on the show?
I mean, yeah, I don't think it captures fully the magic of the book, but it was a good, solid movie.
Yeah,
I think I just kind of had some misgivings with the very end, but
I could see it. I could see it.
yeah. But otherwise, I thought it was great. Mama Afro 3000.
Afro.
First, he wants to do a little self-promotion, so I mean, I give it to you.
Okay.
You're a patron. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. All right.
He says, if you YouTube Wesley Willis Batman, you
Oh,
will
yeah.
find a music video by yours truly,
Mhm.
Mama Afro 3000, cut together from Dark Knight Rises. Awesome.
We talked about Wesley Willis last week for a little while.
Gotcha.
That's what that is.
So his question is,
Because that'd be pretty random otherwise. Just like somebody's just like, "Hey man, will you pimp out my Wesley Willis video?" You're like,
I was like, okay, I guess I will.
sure, yeah.
His question, does anyone actually like Mickey Mouse? He's the mascot of the company, but I always felt he's one of the least popular Mickey or Disney characters. And I've never met anyone who likes a little fucker. What's up with that?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I'm okay with him. I think that he was the initial kind of leader who spawned the whole thing. And I know I have a couple friends that are like, I guess you call them Disney files.
Okay.
They're super into anything Mickey. My sister used to be huge into Mickey Mouse.
Mhm.
All of her clothes or watch, everything had to be Mickey Mouse. So yeah.
I don't really understand
There are
it
people?
personally, because I'm a Bugs man. I'm a Looney Tunes kind of guy. In fact, I went to Disney with my animation partner, right?
Uh-huh.
And he goes to Disney every year. In fact, he's there right now.
Oh.
With another friend of mine, he goes every year, and he's like, he's he's older than I am. He's an older dude, but like he goes into Disney World, Disneyland, he just turns into a complete kid. It's like the freaking what's the Frosted Mini Wheats commercial, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like he just turns into a kid. And when we were there with a bunch of people, and they were all into the Disney magic. And we went to the Mickey Mouse's house. And Mickey Mouse was there. You could hug him. You take a picture with him, and you could buy the picture. And I was just like, well, I'm not going to hug him. And they're like, what? And they're like, well, it's just a guy in a Mickey Mouse costume. I'm not trying to harsh you guys' buzz. I just don't want to hug a sweaty guy in a mouse costume. And they're like, Jeff, your soul is full of ants. Like, you're a terrible person. I'm
Seriously, what's wrong with you?
it's a guy in a, I'm like,
It's a really hot chick in a Mickey Mouse outfit.
that would be very confusing if you, like,
They don't
bikini-
talk.
You're right.
So
I
you
do.
don't know what's under there.
I'll tell you what, when you go to Disneyland, they had a few ladies walking around as villains, and they had one that was Cruella de Vil, and she was just walking around being a bitch to everybody. And I was like, yes, I want my picture with you. You are acting like a total C-word to everybody.
She was like, I don't want to take a picture with you.
I was
Fuck you,
like,
Jeff.
good. That's great.
Hey, this bathroom looks like the other bathroom. Where are we in? Oh, we're in a
no.
college dorm. That's why.
That's why there's spores in here.
There, yeah.
Somebody left their stash out. That's started the whole outbreak in the first place.
Ellie, stay here. I gotta go find some weed.
Yeah. It's 4:20, Ellie. You just stay on the horse. Uh-oh.
This is something important to me. I gotta do this.
Clickers?
I gotta blaze up to remember my daughter.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah, you just dropped into the hornet's nest.
I did. I'm gonna start with throwing a Molotov at it.
That's a good call.
See if I can get 3 with the Molotov. And then I'm
do
gonna burn
the
the rest
look.
of them.
See how many are running in there.
I'm trying. Is this the look?
There you go.
Oh. What?
You got
okay,
double.
I
Okay, one's
got
two on fire.
2. Okay, so only the clickers are left. Oh,
Okay.
whoa.
What was that other bomb?
I don't know. It's like,
Are they blowing up when they die?
oh, it's one of those big ones.
Shit. Is he beating up the other one?
No.
Do you have another bomb to throw at him?
I might be able to make one. Let's see here.
Hold tight.
I
Bomb
can-
making.
Oh, shit.
They're kind of getting close.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to hopefully keep them the fuck away from me. I actually
They
need to-
can't see you though, right?
they can hear me, yeah. I need to shiv this guy.
Yes. Shank, bitch.
And then I'm going to try Molotov and Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, get him.
Kane over here.
Jeff,
Yes, Grant.
JCS 12190, whatever, says, who, in your opinions, has the best evil laugh in film or television? For him, the obvious answer is the Joker, Hamill/Ledger.
Yeah.
Either one, I guess. And he's
Ledger's-
always loved the Predator's laugh.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
What was the Predator's laugh?
He recorded like the voices from the other people. So at the very end, when he was getting ready to blow up, he just did this kind of weird otherworldly kind of sounding thing.
I just don't even remember it.
That's a good one. Fictional laughs.
Okay, and I watched this Brooklyn Nine-Nine show on Fox.
Yep.
And Joe Latruglio gives this little gremlin laugh occasionally when he's like super like nerdy happy about something. That's like a and it's creepy, it sounds evil.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up every time.
Salacious Crumb has a really good laugh. It's not an evil
there you
laugh,
go.
but it is. Let's see. Who has a really good laugh? That's a really good question.
I'm watching Hannibal as well, and because I watch all that shows. And
You're like some kind of TV dude. It's weird, man.
I am. Oh, the TVDudes.com.
Yeah.
Go check out that for TV shit. That's how you pimp it. And
Sure, why not?
what's his name? Michael Pitt.
Okay.
Also from Boardwalk Empire and some other shit.
Yeah.
He's playing Verger.
V'ger from Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
No.
He's playing V'ger.
He's playing Verger, who
I
you
am
might
V'ger.
be familiar with as Gary Oldman's character from Hannibal, the movie.
Oh, right, the guy who
It's all burnt up,
right.
fucked up.
Yeah.
This is before that.
Okay.
And he's kind of playing it in like I'd say like a Heath Ledger Joker vein, and it's really fascinating. It's really good.
Interesting.
And he's got a great laugh as well.
Okay. I'm still blanking, man. You give me plenty of time to think about movies. I'm trying to think of. You know, it's not an evil laugh, but I'm gonna tell you this is a really stupid answer. But I'll say it anyway. You remember the last Starfighter?
Vaguely.
Okay, you remember his co-pilot Grig,
Oh yeah.
and he laughed. He would go. It was really funny to me. I don't know why. That's not what he's asking. He's asking for terrifying.
Christopher Lloyd in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I tell you what, that laugh, the Vincent Price laugh at the end of the Thriller video is really good laugh right there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If I think of something else, I'll write it down, and I'll tell you guys next week. What? Shit! I'm gonna bang on this door. I'm gonna make all the noise. Push over this vending machine. Oh God, Grant! Woof. Put that back there.
Someone says here, Grant, buddy, great email this week. Really ruffled on that. What does that mean?
Your Patreon email.
Oh,
You wrote the Patreon
I
email.
did write the email. I was like, what? What does
Do you
that
not remember
mean?
that? Like,
No. I thought maybe you guys discussed something and he was attributing it to me. I don't know.
nope. That was all you, man.
Well, cool.
Take credit where credit is due.
Well,
All
I'm going to
these-
blame Jason for our lack of questions here
Okay.
this week.
Yeah. Is that it?
Because we kind of covered them already.
All right.
Although it sounds like you guys didn't necessarily get all the questions last week.
We didn't, but I don't know if I can remember exactly which ones we answered and which ones we didn't answer. So if we didn't answer your question, you want to throw
was
it back
Murphy
in.
Doing it?
Yeah, he was manning the questions. I got, Murphy hasn't even played Last of Us in a long time. It wasn't. It would have been mean to hand him the controller.
Yeah.
But next week you gotta do a full episode because I've been hogging. I've been an ant hog.
You've been a little ant hog.
I've been an ant hog.
More infected. I'm fine.
You know what?
That's okay.
We could talk a little TV.
Yeah, you want to talk TV?
Let's talk some TV.
I'm always down for talking TV, man.
So I got a couple things to say about TV.
What you got to say? What you been watching?
I've been watching 24.
Go on.
24 is garbage.
Oh, really?
Well, not okay. Garbage is a little strong. It's just not really like quite as good as I. Oh, so I got to take this thing over here and then hook it up. Excuse me. Pardon me.
I only watched the first couple minutes of it, and I wasn't all that into it, and I didn't have the time to actually commit to the show, so I had to stop.
Yeah, I feel like they've done a lot better, and I feel like so here's the thing. They had a real opportunity with 24 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been off the air long enough for them to have, like, taken a lesson from other action-oriented shows, some of the TV Renaissance stuff that we're seeing out there right now. Because when you watch 24 now, it's good, but it's a little dated, right?
Yeah.
But it's like they're back with James Heller, Chloe, like all, you know. And I'm sorry, that's a little bit of a spoiler, but seriously, like they in all the marketing for 24, Jack Bauer and Chloe. Like
they have a pretty impressive cast.
if they had spent like 2 or 3 episodes without Jack Bauer and Chloe,
Yeah.
like just teasing us, right? And then Jack Bauer had suddenly come in. Like if they'd been like, all right, we're relaunching 24 with a new protagonist, right? Of course.
Oh, they weren't gonna do that at all.
Well, but if they could have,
Even in the very beginning, they're like Kiefer Sutherland signing back on because his other TV show failed.
right. But if they could have just like, I know that we live in an age where this is asking a shitload, but like if they just could have kept that shit under wraps for like 1 episode.
Not gonna happen.
1 episode. But the problem is the fans of 24 would have literally just like they would have been risking their ratings by doing that, right?
Yeah.
Because people they want to see Jack Bauer. But so far it's been, it's got Catelyn Stark.
Yeah.
It's got what's her face from Chuck. It was in Louis. It was in Mass Effect 2 with the fucked up teeth.
Oh yeah.
Her name is really long, and I can never remember it when I try. She's Miranda.
She was
Mass
in
Effect
Chuck.
2. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes. We're on
Uh,
the same page.
Louis, on the other hand,
I'd expect to see
episode 3 of Louis
Man,
blew me away.
He isn't. I mean, he isn't even like having to hold our hands anymore in the episodes.
Yeah.
He's just doing what he wants.
Yep.
He doesn't even do intros anymore.
Yep,
with
no titles.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just gonna jump around and do the little vignettes. And sometimes there's a running theme.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just kind of shit compounding in his life.
Right.
And all of it is just hilarious. It's so great.
I think that there's a part in the first episode where he talks to a doctor that is just like it's weird because it's kind of surreal, but in its surreality, it sums up every frustrating encounter with a doctor you've ever had in your life. Of going to the doctor for something and them kind of not helping you. And like the way that they set it up, it's not really realistic, right? As you would never actually go to a doctor and have them tell you what this doctor says.
Oh yeah.
But
it was Charles Grodin too.
yeah, in the way that they did it, it was like, and that the latest one, this girl, oh my God, like I know a girl who is almost exactly that girl, and
So you're talking about the first part, the him and the big chick,
yes,
because the one after that was his little girl on the subway.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh,
is that the
okay.
4th one?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Because they're
there were
doing
4.
2 a week now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw the
so
third
you
one.
should have another
What?
one waiting for you.
Let's see. The Boondocks has turned into crap.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the email show because somebody sent an
Hannibal
email.
is fucking amazing.
Is it? I haven't seen
Oh,
it yet. I'm waiting for it to
man.
go on Netflix or something.
It's on Amazon Prime.
I don't have Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Game of Thrones is doing really good.
Shit. You watch Mad Men?
Nope.
Mad Men is great as well. Game of Thrones is so good this season.
It is really good.
Did you read the books?
Nope. Don't want to. Don't even want to know. I
Good,
don't want to know what
okay,
happens.
yeah.
Like when it's all over, when it's all said and done, then I will go back and I'll read the books. But like I don't.
You don't need to. This
No.
handles everything better, I think, than the books.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if not better, then different. It handles it different than the books.
I heard somebody. I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about some of the ways the books do things in just a little bit more elegant of a fashion. Like they were talking specifically about. I guess I have to have a spoiler warning for last season, not this season, but last season of Game of Thrones. Skip forward a few minutes, but the stuff with Theon Greyjoy and how in the books it's just this whole chapter where this pathetic guy called Reek.
Yes.
And then at the very end of the chapter, it's like somebody refers to the fact that
You
it
get
used
it
to be
revealed, yeah.
Theon Greyjoy. And so they spent all that time in the 3rd season with Ramsay Snow breaking him down and stuff.
And it's kind of interesting, yeah, because you
Where's
don't
Ellie?
see those scenes in the book.
yeah.
But also, I was kind of complaining
hell is Ellie?
previously about that because when they reveal his he takes off his clothes to get in the bath in the most recent episode.
Right.
I wanted more like physical damage and trauma like they indicated.
You wanted to see his messed up junk.
Well, okay,
admit
get
it,
this.
Greg. You wanted to see
I did.
Theon Greyjoy's messed up junk.
I want to see his messed up.
There was a
junk.
moment where he was walking towards the camera, and I thought that they were going to keep that camera steady and show his
They
messed up
showed
junk.
Sir Davos' missing fingers. I figured they'd just like also show
Oh,
that
look.
CGI there.
It's perfect game of the year right here, right?
Oh, what are you doing?
Derp, derp, derp. I'm Ellie. I'm riding a horse.
I'm on a horse.
I'm on a horse, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget.
But okay, it's the Boltons. Ramsay Bolton is the bastard Bolton.
Ramsay Snow, yeah. Roose Bolton's bastard kid.
his bastard kid who is torturing him,
Yeah.
and their sigil is the flayed man because
Sure.
they flay people.
Right.
They
They're like
peel skin off of them, and so there should be missing skin chunks, like like sheets of missing skin on him, and instead it's just a bunch of cuts.
well, they didn't have to do that because Theon Greyjoy is a pussy. So they just tortured him a little bit.
but to the degree like of what they showed how traumatized and loyal he is,
Yeah.
I thought.
You expected more.
And I hope I haven't spoiled too much there.
Well, the spoilers for Game of Thrones done. We're not, and we didn't really even spoil all that much. Like,
I
part
don't
of this
think
is
anything that's
we didn't
like
even
the-
we didn't even talk about the stuff that happened
The
with him
crux of it.
in this last episode. So
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like we're within our boundaries.
Okay.
Plus, people
I
have
hope
had
so. Now I'm kind of going,
a full week to watch it. So I mean, I know that I don't like doing the spoiler stuff. That's why I'm pretty, I like to definitely ahead of time make sure, dude, Joel, there's a chain there. You've got a flamethrower.
Well, hey, I got a question for us
Oh, okay.
from last week.
I thought you said you were out of questions.
Persian King 44 says, "What are some tropes that in television and film that you can't stand? What are some things that just bug you?"
Bug me in television and film. I got one. I've complained about it before.
Yeah.
But once you see it, you will not unsee it, folks. So
oh, no. One of those.
Yep.
I'll go back to spoiling stuff instead.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Nobody in any TV show or movie, almost every TV show or every movie, drinks coffee. They hand them a cup with
And they
nothing
take
in it.
Fake sips.
Right. They take fake sips. They don't even put like water in it to.
Not what I had in mind, but it'll do.
Okay.
The fake coffee cup.
The
gag.
fake. Oh god, that really pisses me off. But as far as tropes go,
One in particular that annoys me
yeah.
is like in a comedy, and they don't do this too often anymore, if ever.
yeah.
But it always bugged me in like older comedies when they would do the fast forward motion,
Mhm.
kind of like the slapsticky gag, like, oh, he just fell into a pool of piranha sharks.
Right.
So he jumps up and it goes, and
Yeah.
then he speed runs. It makes me cringe. Something about that.
Really?
Just visually, I hate seeing any action suddenly sped up like that for comedic effect. Yeah.
I know it's. I mean,
Bullet
you know,
time is the exact opposite. I'm cool with that.
I'm not really like a super big feminist or anything, right? But there is a trope, not necessarily like not necessarily like damsels in distress, right? So I don't want to get into Anita Sarkeesian territory or talk about any of that stuff today. But there is a trope that has been pointed out to me where you'll have like a woman who is a perfectly capable like fighter or action person or whatever, and then at some point, because they need her to get kidnapped, she just inexplicably becomes useless. She gets kidnapped and can't get out of it.
Yeah,
She's
it's
totally
bullshit.
useless. And you're like, if you've gone to the trouble of establishing that she's a badass, then just let her be a badass, right? You don't need to dumb it down for that.
I agree completely.
Or introducing, like, any time in a TV show or a movie, and this also kind of ties into that a little bit, but it's really anybody, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever they introduce a person and you're like, oh, that one, they're going to die. That person is going to die. Like, if they're like, hey, this is my best friend from college, and we've been friends for a long time, and you're just like, oh, you're going to die. You're so going to die.
It's an action film, and the day before our wedding.
Yeah, 2 days till retire.
You're dead.
I can't wait to go home.
Your fiance's gonna die.
You're right. I can't wait to go home and get married. I got to get married as soon as we're done with this secret mission. I got to go home and get married.
Yeah. Obligatory nudity in something like HBO. I don't know if that counts as a trope.
Yeah.
But for HBO, it seems like they have some boob quota, and I don't like that at all.
I think that for HBO, it's weird because I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, that in the first season, they feel the need to have a boob quota, right?
And it's just like I don't need like this kind of forced sex. It's sexy, but it's also kind of exploitative sexy. You can sell sexy to me in a show like that, and that's fine. But they seem to. I have the internet if I want to see naked women.
That's kind of where I come on that. Okay, sorry. Kind of where I fall.
Don't do that, Jeff.
Where I fall on that topic, shall we say, is that like, if you're getting your rocks off to Game of Thrones, like, dude, seriously, there's a whole internet and it's all free and it's not even hard to find. You just go to Google and type in pornography.
But they have like that scene with Littlefinger giving it that monologue, and there's just two girls going down on each other the entire time.
Yeah.
And like 10 minutes in front of it, and it's like, why is this happening?
True Blood season 1 was like that. Any excuse to get anybody naked on that show. And they didn't exactly they weren't exactly puritanical in the second season, but they did. I feel like they toned it down
the
a little bit.
The first few seasons of Boardwalk Empire did it a lot more, especially with like Paz La Puerta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That first season with her, any excuse to get her clothes off, just casually for no reason. It's like, is this adding to the plot? Like, I know they're doing it.
She's gorgeous, but come on.
Absolutely, she's a very good looking woman. But like when I'm watching HBO, I don't know, Grant. Maybe there's people out there that when they watch HBO, they're just like, ooh, yeah.
I think there are, but it's because HBO continues to enable that.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. If it doesn't add to the plot specifically to show that,
right,
then it's just this unnecessary extra layer that they're putting on.
Yeah, it's kind of it ends up feeling gratuitous.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm an old man, and like when I was a kid, it was just like anytime you could see boobs, it's just like, oh shit, I can see boobs. But now I'm like, whatever.
Well, let me check the time.
Okay, what do we got? Are we over time?
Oh, we have hit the time.
We have hit the time.
Hey, dear listeners, thanks for watching. We love you, Patreons.
Nothing happened this time, man. I just had that one.
You just kind of been running through this.
It's just like picking up all the stuff.
Yeah. But please send us more questions. I'm noticing a dwindling in the question realm.
Okay.
Send us your weirdest questions.
Yeah.
Send us anything you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Lay it on us.
Yeah.
Send something. Just put something stupid on there. That's fine.
Be like,
I'll read it. You want me to pimp your shit? Put it on there. I'll pimp your shit. You're our patrons.
Great. You're
Of course, I'm going to be pimping it to fellow patrons.
Right. There's some hot patron on patron pimping going on here. Well, folks. And you know what, Grant? I'm going to say this. I've said it on the email show a few times.
Okay.
It is always better, in my opinion, if you if you want to write us a question, right? To think about questions that do not start with the words "What is your favorite?" Because that just it's hard to think of those things right on the spot when you're playing this. I'm not telling you like that's a bad question. What I'm saying is that like, well, who's got your favorite evil laugh? Like I would need to think about that for a little while. We've got 30 minutes and a bunch of questions, and so I have to just kind of go, fuck, I don't know.
So what he's saying is try what is your least favorite?
No,
sometimes mix it up.
Yes, Grant, that's what I'm saying. So come back, and next week, Grant, I'm going to be man in the question box, and you are going to be controlling this because we're just getting ready to get onto some. I think there's some heavy stuff getting ready to come up on The Last of Us.
Sweet.
So
Daddy Grant's going to get his bricks off.
We'll see you next week. I don't even have a brick. Fuck this. Fuck it.
Fuck that bottle.
Fuck that bottle. I need a brick. Sad Joel needs a brick. Oh.